So, longtime viewers have probably known that I tend not to like certain creators, and that can be for various reasons. Whether it's because I disagree with what they say, that they've done some pretty horrible things in the past, or they've actually had the audacity to attempt to rile a mob against me, and utterly fail at doing so.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
You've already read the title. Today we're talking about a certain bearded individual who I've talked about a couple times in the past. The Quartering.
These liberals are trying to assassinate my character.
The Quartering is a rage-baiting, anti-SJW channel who loves to talk about pop culture and pretty much complain about every damn progressive thing under the sun. And just to point out, I don't really care for either side of the political spectrum. And this isn't really about politics with this topic. But what is the topic? Well, blame this guy.
Hey, happy Columbus Day. I live here now. My name's Coyote Lovely. I'm a semi-professional internet nobody who lives under the porch.
Oh boy, Common has a furry on his channel. Great!
Who was that?
Never you mind. So, what is the topic, Coyote Lovely?
Oh, well, Big Mac decided to slur at a camera about a show he doesn't watch or understand for about 12 minutes to get beer money. This time it was Doogie Howser and Power Rangers. Don't know much about Doogie Howser, but he pretty much said nothing true about Power Rangers.
So, it's morphing time and... ugh. The level of cringe is too much. Just play the damn video!
Power Rangers reboot will reportedly feature a trans ranger. Great, fine. Okay, but the show better be good. That's the problem. These writers are like, hey, let's just take a little dash of LGB and a little TQ here, and then people will have to watch because it's called Power Rangers, and they'll be a bigot if they don't.
Objection!
I love how Jeremy is jumping straight into the shallow end of the pool here, assuming that the reportedly rumor, which you know is what reportedly means, that it's not been confirmed. In fact, actually looking at the article, the only thing that backs up the idea of there being a trans ranger is that the source that they're referencing in the video was right about the Transformers reboot? Huh? Well, ain't that a kick?
Also, Jeremy, not everybody is Brie Larson. Not everyone is going to call you a bigot if you dislike something. Trying to act like it's a valid argument against the reboot when literally nobody is saying that is asinine.
And as you can plainly see, Jeremy decides to stuff his foot into his beard and suck on the shoelaces because basically showing that he knows nothing about the Power Rangers, a show that's been on for decades and has actually had quite the diversified cast of characters in multiple seasons.
Lionsgate Power Rangers reboot from 2017 wasn't the hit the studio was hoping for. But one thing about it was widely praised, and the increased diversity of the team. Oh, okay, so you're saying they spent time on increasing diversity and the show failed. Yep. Why wouldn't you just try again?
Objection!
I mean, first off, we're not talking about the show, we're talking about the movie franchise.
Bro, how drunk are you right now, Jeremy? Especially when you can see the damn CGI movie Iron Man suits all over the article. Assuming those are glasses you've got on your face and not just permanent beer goggles.
I'd also like to clarify that the movie never really makes a big deal out of the character's diversity. Yes, Billy's an autistic black kid and Trini's supposedly gay in it, but the movie doesn't really make them out to be big deals. Frankly, the issue with the movie was the Rangers had way too much establishment for the characters and it was an origin story. The identities weren't the issue for why the movie was panned. There's a lot you can criticize Power Rangers 2017, but it wasn't due to an agenda. It's because the writing just sucked. That and too many Krispy Kreme references.
To be fair, the original 90s show, yeah, by the way, the 90s show was super diverse too. You had an Asian, an African-American character. I mean, 2 out of the 5 Rangers were not white. All right?
Knuckle fast!
That is an astute observation, Jeremy. 2 out of the 5 Rangers in the original series were not white. One of them was black, and another of them was Asian. A fun bit of trivia, though. Trini Kwan, the Asian character, was cast as the Yellow Ranger. And Zach Taylor, the black character, was cast as literally the Black Ranger. Another fun bit of trivia, Jeremy. His fighting style was called hip-hop keto. I can't make this up. Is that really the direction you want to go for the argument of, it had diversity, guys? Yeah, Jeremy, I'm sure that's a winning hand to bet the farm on, buddy. Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's fucking great.
The most recent movie included a few more firsts. An autistic ranger. What? Who's asking for this?
I had to function as the autism magnet.
And me, Aaron, and him are autistic.
And another yellow who was hinted to be gay.
Objection!
And people wonder why there are those who don't like Hamburglar here. As Jeremy himself stated, the cast has always been diverse. We've had quite a few different Rangers. Hell, we had a Scottish Ranger. So why not have an autistic Ranger? Heck, as I recall, there were even rumors and theories that the original Billy was autistic. But I'm not going to use that as a point against him, because then I'd be doing what Hamburglar here is doing, going off speculation and unconfirmed rumors. What I will say is that, again, Power Rangers always had a diverse cast of characters, so saying who asked for this is really weird. I mean, by that logic, who asked for a Red Ranger who was an African-American actor? Who asked for a Native American Ranger? Who asked for an Asian Ranger? These kind of questions are kind of stupid.
With Lionsgate franchise long gone, Paramount is now working on a reboot. The project was officially announced last December with The End of the Effing World's John Entwistle directing, and seems the studio's 100% intends on continuing what previous film did and increase the diversity of the Ranger lineup. You only have 5 to work with, and you all, I mean, what?
Knuckle back!
Says who? No, really, who says you only have 5 Rangers to work with, Jeremy? Hell, even the end credits scene of the 2017 reboot, they teased at the Green Ranger's existence by calling out Tommy Oliver's name to hint that he might be present in future releases. Who died and made you the CEO of Power Rangers, dude?
Not to mention, Power Ranger teams have had different number of members. Heck, some teams would even start off with just 3 members, like Ninja Storm or Jungle Fury. Others would have up to 10 members in them, such as SPD or the recent Dino Charge. Heck, technically speaking, there were also American-made Rangers that went against the Sentai footage that Saban had to work with, so making new Rangers and adding to the roster isn't out of the question and is actually something that has been going on in the history of the show for a long time.
I don't even understand this. You literally failed at this in 2017, but you're going to do it again. Why?
Objection!
Because that's Hollywood? It's a new studio? I mean, if Jeremy actually bothered to pay attention to the articles that he's got on screen, he'd realize that's a different studio doing this and it's not the same people. He's also realized there'd be more BS to the articles, such as time travel with a new cast to meet the original cast, who would look younger thanks to CGI. Great, stuff to actually get mad about. We're gonna have Steve Rogers' situation here, and that's something that could be potentially get pissed off about. Especially considering that one of the original cast members is, well, dead. And considering that this video is called The Dumbest Reboots, you'd think he'd actually capitalize on that since time travel and CGI younger Rangers. Yeah, I could see how that'd be bad for some people.
To make these changes under the guise of inclusion, okay, fine, but what was wrong with the existing Power Rangers?
Objection!
Again, reading the article, you know that the movie, as reported, would feature time travel and going back to the original team. It's right there, Jeremy. You were originally looking at the article right there, and you decided to jump to a completely different article about this topic for some reason.
Did people really feel left out because they didn't see somebody like themselves on the screen? Were these really customers? Or is this just this narrative that Hollywood pushes?
Knuckle back!
Okay, fine, but what's wrong with the new Rangers? Are you really so mad because you see people not like the old Rangers on screen? Are you really a customer, or is this some narrative you're pushing? See how easy that was? You displayed nothing but ignorance for the source material, and you don't even respect that the Ranger cast has constantly cycled for decades. The opening question here may have been mostly to cheekily throw your words back at you, but when you see your clear lack of understanding for the source material, it's far more applicable in the way I've directed it than you did.
Indeed, even in the original source material, Super Sentai recycling the cast is something that has been done for decades at this point. Also, quick question, why are we suddenly on this new article, and one that uses the first article as a reference?
This iteration showed Yellow Ranger Trini coming to terms with her orientation. At one point, another character assumes she's having boy problems before they come to understand she's actually having female companion inconveniences. Oh, hey, hello, fellow youths. Watch the Power Rangers. I'm sure that this show will be a vast, wild success at, I don't know, Redbox? That's fine. You know, again, to be clear, I'm just pointing out that I don't understand the business sense here.
Objection!
Jeremy, that clip you're referencing applies more to you at this moment because you're acting like you know a thing about Power Rangers when you don't know a whole bunch of the traditions about Power Rangers, you don't know its legacy, hell, you don't even know that the show's been going on for decades, and we're currently on the 27th season here. Like, I don't know if you're drunk or something, but one would think that you'd be willing to at least read the article you're complaining about.
What? Jeremy? Drunk? I never would have guessed. Also, stop trying to be relatable with the memes, okay, Bob's Burgers? You fucking suck at it.
So the moral of today's story, watching this video has
Made me very angry.